Hey everyone, welcome to Dirty Money, where we share with you stories from the sinister side of finance, and we have a packed show. First story today, which we got to cover this first because this is kind of the breaking news. Trump has finally been indicted after sitting on the edge of our seat for a couple of weeks. He has been indicted on apparently 30 counts of business fraud. And you can pull that CNN article up if you like, Dom. 30 counts of business fraud. However, it still remains sealed, so we don't actually know exactly what this is pertaining to. It could be the Stormy Daniels hush money payment, perhaps. Not sure. He was supposed to apparently surrender today, but the Secret Service have said basically they need to prepare for him to go up to New York, so he's going to surrender sometime next week because of Secret Service involvement.
Yeah, he's supposed to be arraigned on Tuesday. And so I'm pretty sure he'll be up there by then. But it's interesting how everything's sealed right now. 30 sealed indictments. I mean, are they going to show it live like the OJ trial? That would be awesome. I want to see the arraignment live. Like everybody should be broadcasting it.
I think Trump wants it to be live too, and he's requested that he wants to be in handcuffs.
Uh-oh.
He's already thinking of his 2024 campaign videos, Trump in handcuffs and the millions in donations he's going to get for that.
Yeah, the martyr of America.
Yeah.
We'll see what kind of campaign stunts come out of this. I mean, I really don't think he's going to actually end up in jail, and if he does, it'll be momentarily.
I don't even think he's going to get convicted of anything, to be honest, because the FEC already said that they didn't want to pursue charges. The Federal Election Commission said they didn't want to pursue charges about the whole Stormy Daniels hush money thing, which is what most people seem to think this is about. So he's being charged at the state level by a DA who DeSantis pointed out on Twitter is a Soros-funded DA who's downgrading a lot of felonies to misdemeanors in New York. I heard on the radio the other day, if Trump had assaulted Stormy Daniels, he probably would have only been guilty of a misdemeanor because that's what's, a lot of assault convictions are being downgraded in New York City by this DA. But it's what I found was interesting, actually, is that Trump, he actually shared a video on Facebook, which was his first post on Facebook for like a long time. And Dom, you can play that if you want. It's in the doc. And the video is just, I'm back, right? And it's funny because, go ahead and play it.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated.
It's kind of funny because that was the 2016 election when Hillary Clinton didn't concede, and it took a while, and he came out at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and he's like, complicated business. But he posted that just before all this circus started happening as his first post on Facebook when he was allowed back on. So in my mind, it's kind of like he knows this is all part of his strategy. He knows he's going to be blasting back into the public eye with this indictment thing. So this is his first sort of post in 3 years or so.
During his presidency, I was waiting for him to tell somebody, "You're fired." That was I was like, is he going to do it? Come on. Like that's how I knew of him, or from music or here and there. So it's interesting to see what really happens and how it all plays out. I'm curious to see, I'm sure he does some very crafty work on his taxes, as any billionaire does. That's kind of the goal in life. If you're trying to make money, is to keep as much as you can as well. So.
Well, like he said in the debate, that makes him smart. When Hillary Clinton said he pays no tax, he said that makes me smart, which I think everyone's trying to legally minimize their taxes.
Yeah,
that's the key point, legally.
Yeah, right. That's the whole point is, pay less, get more. That's pretty much the operation of business 101. Minimize costs, increase revenue, and make more money.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll have to see what this is about, what these charges are next week. So I'm going to be kind of glued to the news cycle, checking out what's actually going to happen. So, yeah.
Taking all bets. that he doesn't go to jail.
I bet he will not go to jail. No.
Yeah.
Guys, leave your comments. What do you think that this is all about? Do you think Trump's going to go to jail, or do you think he's going to get off scot-free? Just like every time they've tried to, impeach him or whatever, it's always failed. So leave your comments below.
It's interesting too, because if they're actually going to indict him and he's gonna fully get charged, like no sitting president, prior president has ever been criminally charged with anything. And in law cases, it really sets precedence when previous cases are presented and created. Half of the law books that you learn in law school, they're citing previous cases, so constantly you hear like about different cases when you're dealing with different topics in the news cycle. And so they're always going to go back and look at that. So it's interesting what this really opens up for our politicians. And
it's similar to his taxes too, because the Supreme Court ruled that his taxes could be, his tax returns could be, subpoenaed or whatever, by the House committee. And now, because of that ruling, potentially other politicians' taxes can be released as well. So it's set a precedent, kind of similar thing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll see if that we can figure out anything about China going with him, because I remember at the end of his presidency, he was talking about the China virus, which was always very interesting to me how he presented it. So I'm curious to see if he's going to continue on that same pattern through his campaign that's coming up.
I see.
Yeah. Is he going to still live by that? Because right now China's been kind of hitting us on different fronts for finances and financially and all the above.